Hello crafters, this is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I have a Trinity Stamps haul from the new Trinity Stamps release. Ooh, lovely. There's some really nice stuff in that Trinity Stamps release. Coffee too. Alrighty folks, let's get started. So first up, there were no gnomes in the Trinity Stamps Halloween fall release, which was very interesting. I was like, what? They have the gnome from last year, my favorite with the pumpkin. That started me. That was my first gnome stamp and die set that I bought from Trinity Stamps, actually. I will link it below in case you want to go take a look at it, but super cute. Two gnomes with pumpkins for fall. But this, when I saw in the sneak peek, this Brew Crew with that cup, this cup is so adorable. Can go way beyond Halloween, and I cannot wait to play with it. It comes with the cup, the pumpkin, so this can be your pumpkin spice, whipped cream, a little hanging spider instead of a tea bag, and a ghosty, and pumpkin face. What is this now? I gotta figure out what that is. Alrighty, so it is 1 3/4 inch tall by 2 3/4 inch wide. Then you can layer this up, so you can pop this up for a dimension or just layer it on to make it a pumpkin or just keep it plain. And the ghosty, 2 1/4 inch tall by 1 3/4 inch wide. The little whipped cream, 1 3/4 inch wide by 1 1/4 inch tall. Super duper cute. Brew Crew. Are you looking at this going, no, Suzanne, it's Brew. There we go. That one's hard to say, Brew. And then next is the stitched Swirling Winds. And I saw an example from a design team member using this stitch winds with, I believe, this cup to make it look like fall, and you know, it's just nice to have this because it gives you that whole movement, vapors. You can apply this to anything, snow drifts, all of that. This one, the longest swirling wind, is, let's say, 6 inches wide, 6 inches tall actually, by 1 1/4 inch wide. Super duper cute. They go together, or they can go together. Next up is the beautiful breeze. That now goes with this. And it does come with a coordinating die to cut out all your leaves if you want to use them individually, and also cuts out autumn greeting. It didn't cut out this though, so I guess you would just cut a rectangle for that or just stamp it on. But this, I believe you can have your slimline card, have those leaves flowing, and then put this in the background for texture. It's something like that. Really, really cute. They have great examples using this for, you know, the fall leaves blowing. Photopolymer stamp, super cute. Let's do a measurement. This is one solid stamp right here. So this one is 6 inches tall by, let's say, 2 1/2 inch wide. And this die, as you can see, is one plate to cut your leaves one time. Love that. Next up, I have the Nightscape Scene Builder. Now this is really nice. Why? Halloween. That's actually like Superman. Fun clouds, birds, bats, Santa. I don't know what, I guess that's a swoop. And 4th of July and Tinkerbell and stars. So there is like a few different holidays represented here in this Nightscape Scene Builder. Super duper cute. This stamp is on a 3 3/4 by 8 inch base. So you can get a feel of how big the stamp is. Santa is 3 1/4 inch wide by 3/4 of an inch tall up to an inch because of the curve. The witch, she is 1 1/2 by, let's say, 1 1/4. The sky, 3 1/2, little over 3 1/2 by 1/2 inch. So this you can stamp and heat emboss. Love that. Then you have this 4th of July or Happy New Year goodness, 1 1/2 inch. Yeah, 1 1/2 inch. Super cute. So that can work together in conjunction with the swirly wind as well. You see, they were thinking a lot. They were. And then next up, these two. I looked at it, I was like, no, and then it was like, hot foil plate, outline, inside. I mean, there's so much options with this set. Maple leaf layers and oak leaf layers. So this is a hot foil plate. I had to look at it for a second because I'm so used to seeing hot foil plates in like gold. That's why when I see it in silver, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a hot foil plate. But I'm just not used to seeing it this colorway. And there's the outline. And actually, this background can be a shaker right here. This with this can make a shaker. Then on top of the shaker, if you have little bits, but this would be a beaded type of fill-in because it has to be really tiny. You could put this on top of that in foil. I'm gonna try and see if I can make a shaker with it, but this is gonna be hard to make a shaker. That one probably can work, this one. Or at least lifting for dimension. Super duper cute set. And the hot foil too. You can just hot foil and then cut it out. Next I have Shake Your Bones stamp and coordinating die. Isn't this cute? And there is a big skeleton die that's about like 6 inches tall for a slimline, but I didn't get that one. But I do like this one, the Shake Your Bones. So this would be perfect for heat embossing. Stamp, heat emboss, and then cut out with the coordinating die. All the sentiments have their own die as well. You guys know I love that. And they're not very big. Let me give you a measurement average on the skeleton, the dancing skeleton. 2.5 inches tall by 1.5 inch wide. The sentiments are super small, which sometimes that's exactly what you need. 3.5 inches wide by 1/4 inch. So these can fit even on your memory decks, your ATC. I think it's Whimsy Stamps has a new ATC line of dies, and I was like, here comes the ATC coming back. Artist trading cards, the smaller version of a memory decks. If you watch my memory decks video, I talked about a ATC card I think is a 2x3 inch or 2.5. It has a certain measurement, but they're called artist trading cards. Next up, cafe cup cutout. I just had to. 2.5 inches. And the cup inside is like 1 7/8. You can have a whole background and then just drop this image on top and then turn it into a shaker, or it's just a cute. It's just so unique, and coffee and the coffee goodness, and then those vapors by itself, that can go with all my other coffee hot beverage stuff. This could be tea or coffee. Cafe cup, love that. Speaking about coffee, I just couldn't help it. This is a Slimline Stamp. One big stamp. The stamp itself, let me pull it out already. So this is the Fabulous. Brew, as in B-R-E-W, Brew. Fabulous photopolymer stamp set. Look at this. So this stamp set is just like their ghosts from last year, and then they did the Easter with the chicks and the bunnies, and then there was another one with the bears. Love. 8 3/4 inches tall, 3 1/4 inch wide. So if you have a layering slimline, you can stamp this, drop that layering slimline, and then put it on a regular slimline, the 3.5 by 8.5 inch. Here is some coffee beans. Oh, that's cute right there, little coffee beans. And you could, now with this, I could just stamp it and go stamp, heat emboss, or stamp and a whole lot of coloring. I don't know about the coloring with the Copics, maybe, I don't know, I'll see. But I do love that this is here. So this coffee cup is 1 1/4 by 3/4 inch. Let me see, can it, yeah? So maybe you could do this and pop it on top of some of these, like this one and this one, just to add movement in the card. Look at that cup. That's adorable. 1 by 3/4 inch. There is not a coordinating die for this bit. If there is, I missed it. And then we have coffee beans. We have a little face. Look at these little face. Peachy Keen style faces. They're all smiling. Let me bring it up to you so you can see. Look at those little faces. That's like a kind of a Peachy Keen style face. You see it? Super duper tiny. I mean, this thing is about 1/4 inch wide. But cute. So you could stamp little faces here or in here just to add movement. Love that. options. You bean so much to me. Thanks a latte. You're fabulous. Java nice day. Ha ha ha. Super duper cute haul so far, huh? Next up, pumpkin. Pick of the patch. Look at this one. Look at those pumpkins. Cute. So this is going to be that same 8 1/4 by, well, this one's coming out to like 3 1/2 actually. So maybe this is 8 1/2 by 3 1/2. I just didn't want to pull it out the pack. But it's around that size. Okay, let me pull it out. Let's get an exact measurement. This one is 8 1/4 by 3 1/4. So it's the same as the coffee cup one. Look at all of this. Now, you know, in a perfect world, it would have been nice had they sold some stencils to go with this and we could be stenciling in. I'm getting so spoiled with coloring with stencils on stamped images. You can blame Pink for Studio and Altenew for that. I'm like, must I color these with Copics? But you don't have to color it. You can just stamp it, heat emboss, and then use it as a background and then put stuff on top. They also gave you 2 pumpkins here. So this can go beyond just this whole set. 1 by 1 3/8, and let's say 1 3/4 by 1 1/2. Super duper cute. And then look at all those faces. So you can stamp this and then put the faces. Nice. Or stamp and heat emboss. You know, stamp all of them, then heat emboss it. That'd be cute too. It comes with Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Halloween, Hey Pumpkin, love. Doesn't have a die. You know, normally we would have the coordinating die to cut out those sentiments. Maybe they'll do it, but they don't have it yet. That would then go beyond this set, because just in case you don't want to do a slimline. Oh, I got the matching die for the Nightscapes. So there is a matching die for this one. So you can have Santa by himself on anything. The swoopy wind, the clouds, perfect. Can still stamp, heat, emboss, and then cut it out. The witch and the ghosty. Cute, cute, cute. They don't have, no, they don't have the bat and the stars. Next up, I got this one, Pumpkinhead. Love. Pumpkinhead is 2 1/2 inch wide by 2 1/4 inch tall. The smallest one, no, this, looking at it, I think this layers on this and this layers on that. And then you have the faces. So you can do this by itself. But from last year, and I had bought it and I didn't end up using it. Pumpkinhead 6 by 9 stencil. So you see how you can tell the packaging is different? Last year design or the older design and then the new design. This helps to color these and then cut it out with a die. See, even the faces are in it. So this is the stencil, Pumpkinhead stencil, and this goes with it, the coordinating die now for that set. So there is a little bit of, you know, stencil and die cutting fun. They just need to bring that now over to this one. And the coffee cup too. Alrighty, next up, this one, Autumn Impressions. This one is a stamp and coordinating die, lots of foliage. This, when they're solid like this, perfect to heat emboss, stamp and heat emboss, or just stamp solid and then cut them out. And Happy Thanksgiving, that's that there. This can go on many, many cards, and the sizing is pretty decent. Happy Thanksgiving, not too big, not too small. 3 1/2 inch wide by 1 1/4 inch tall. Let's look at the leaves here. 1 3/4 inch tall by 1 1/2 inch wide. So you see it's all different scale. The little berries by itself, is there a, oh, there is a berry die. The berry, 3/8 of an inch wide by 1/2 inch tall. So lots of options with that one. Loving, loving, loving. Next up, there is a stencil then. Guys, wouldn't it have been nice if I had put this all in order? So next up, revisiting Seasonal Winds, Stitch Swirly Winds. Oh, so these are 2 different. I thought this went with this, but maybe not. This is just a stencil called Seasonal Winds, but doesn't this look like this? But they don't say that they go together. Standalone die. It didn't say coordinating, but hey, you can stencil and then have the die cut into the paper and layer it up. Next, coffee, cut, and foil die set. There's your hot foil plate in both coffee, coffee cup, coffee tumbler, and Coffee beans. Cute. And there is a glimmer hot foil roll, I believe. Is it called the espresso? I will link it below. But there is a color for those coffee beans if you wanted to go that darker coffee color look. It's not brown. I believe it's espresso. 3 inches tall by, call it 2 inches wide. 1 7/8, but you know, it's close enough. 3.5 inch wide by 1.5 inch tall coffee bean, 1/2 inch by 3/8 of an inch. Then, if you don't want to do this because you don't have a hot foil machine, you have all the options here with shadow. This can definitely be a shaker right there. Shaker, 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 shaker. All the pieces, shaker or inlay. And the coffee, that is a beautiful sentiment. They do work together. So you can hot foil and then cut out with the shadow. There are 2 separate dies here. It's just so close I couldn't tell, but I see the little piece here that I would, this is one that I couldn't get my die nipper in. I would just twist it because there's one edge and you just gently twist it. Don't go too hard that you bend the die, but super duper cute. And then you would knit these, and the coffee too would be another twist one. Yeah, this is a real thin, maybe a 1/16 of an inch. Ooh, that's a real thin shadow. And lastly, I have the layered rainbow. And this one, I wasn't going to get it, but then I watched some of the Trinity Stamps video, and it's just super cute to make nice rainbows. It has all the positive, negative, and the clouds and all that, but it was really cute. So I decided to go for that. And I also got Autumn Sentiments. I did not have this before. So this is not brand new, but I have the autumn word die, and I never got the sentiments. These sentiments are nice and small. So you're looking at about 2 3/4 inch wide there with 1/4 of an inch. So this is a really small one. This I could probably use that My Favorite Things sentiment die. And my freebie, another coffee cup. Isn't this adorable? Super duper cute coffee cup. Yep. Alrighty folks, that's it for all my Trinity Stamp goodness. Check out Trinity Stamps. I will have links below. Remember, Trinity Stamps does take Afterpay, so you can spread out the payments. That's what I did. And if anything spoke to you, like that, definitely, or this, or if you really loved this, just get this. This price point was not bad, to be honest. Really good price point. And for mileage, this one, the Nightscape, Night Sky, love. This one is like, touches many occasions. And then this, the Boo Crew. So as you can see, definitely ready for pumpkin spice. Love this cup. I don't know, it's such a simple looking cup, but the examples I saw, I was like, oh, that cup is life. That cup is just adorable. Perfect. They were very smart to put this little lip on it. It just makes it look so cozy and cute and fun. Alrighty, crafters, so until the next video, check out Trinity Stamps. Stay crafty, my friends. Bye.